Yeah, okay. Hi, everyone. My name's Aaron Levin. I work at Stripe on streaming. But today, I'm going to talk about file systems. And specifically, I want to convince you that file systems can be magical and that you can build your own. So if at the end of this talk, like in the next week, there are like 2 weird file systems, then I will have been very successful. And I'll be so happy. And if not, I will cry, which it may happen anyways. All right, so in order to achieve this, I'm going to describe what a file system is. I'm going to talk about why they might be difficult. We're going to talk about Fuse, which makes them less difficult. And then we're going to have some demos. So let's start. What is a file system? Many people interact with their file systems through various programs where you explore directories and files, which is how most people might think about their file system, as directories and files. For the purposes of this talk and for the purposes of empowering you to build magical file systems, we're going to define a file system as something that maps names to data, but with hierarchies. And if you keep this abstraction in mind, then you can really build truly magical file systems. So how does one do this? Well, regular real file systems sit in between the person and the hard drive. So here we have Hildegard von Bingen. She wants her songs.txt file, and she needs to ask the file system to get it from the hard drive. Now, building a real file system means dealing with hard drives, which is probably horrible. I've never done it. I don't ever want to. And also dealing with the operating system, because the operating system needs to know about file systems because it lives in a file system. Like, how does this all work? You know, the operating system needs a file system. It's just like, it seems really bad. And it turns out to do this, you got to like do these kernel modules and like, this is like not something I ever want to do. This seems horrible. So yeah, it turns out this is like kind of hard to build these like real file systems. Like you might crash your computer and then like it'll never work again. That sounds like a bad idea. But it was hard to build file systems, thanks to something called Fuse. So, Fuse. Fuse stands for File System in Userspace E. Yeah, I don't know. I am a real Canada. So what is Fuse? Well, okay, it's 2 things. It's a kernel module that's already included in Linux and BSD, and somehow people have figured out this for Macs. I don't know how that works. And then Windows, we'll see. But the point is that the Zizek kernel module stuff is solved. There's a kernel module already in Linux. But most importantly, it is also the libfuse library, which you use to build your file system, and it talks to this kernel module. So essentially, building your own file system means implementing just a bunch of functions. Functions that map names to data. Things like, read this file, and here's its name. Look up this file, tell me about its attributes. Tell me about what's in this directory. And write some stuff. These sound like very, like concepts that we think about naturally when we're interacting with our file systems. And they have nothing to do with like disks or kernel modules or any of that stuff. So now that you all know about everything about Fuse and all these things, I'm going to show you some file systems that I built. Specifically, because of stress, I built them yesterday, or 2 of them I built yesterday, and one of them is going to be like really magical. So here we go. Hopefully this works. Okay, so I have to do this. Run a program. Release. So the first one is the StarCon file system. Okay. So I'm going to flip back to these screens. So hopefully it won't be too confusing. But this is my current directory. This is just some project I have. Specifically in the StarCon directory, there's nothing in there. Okay. Right now there's nothing. I'm going to run this program. You have to trust me a little bit that it's actually going to mount a file system in there. I think you'll see when I have to unmount it that I genuinely had to do this. But for now, you have to trust me. Now I'm going to run the same command, the contents of this directory, and now there is a special file there called starcon.txt. So let's cat this file. And for those who may not be so familiar with the command line, this is just going to take the contents of the file and like spill it onto the screen. So what does it say? It says hello. Cool, right? And, yeah, I know. Really tough to type, 13 characters. But let's cat it again. Also, good morning. Thank you. Sorry. Fuse rocks. And it seems like every time I cat this file, it does something different, which seems like an odd kind of file. Now, you might assume, well, Aaron, you just have like some program that's running and monitoring these things, and maybe I do. You have to trust me. But let's use like an explorer. Let's explore my file system. I go into here. I go to this. Where's my Fuse game? And here's the StarCon directory, and it's empty. That is unexpected. That is very odd, actually. Anyways, well, another time. You have to trust me. Maybe I will unmount this file system and reboot it and see if there's anything in there now. No? OK. Well, oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's working now. So if I go into here, the folder is empty. OK, well, whatever. You have to trust me. It's not working on there.
No, I mean, like, do you want to start Nautilus from here?
No. We're good. We can use this. OK. So anyways, you see, so this seems like a weird little file thing. Now, this is just like a minimum viable, not even a file system, but a minimum viable file system that has one file that changes every time you cat its contents. I'm going to give you a new file system, another one that I built yesterday. So everyone loves XML, right? I like XML. Here's a file of XML. It starts with hello StarCon. It's got like some XML things. I don't know what they're called. But it kind of has hierarchies, right? I told you the file systems were about like names and strings and data and hierarchies. What if we could take this XML file and then like map it into like a directory structure with files? So I'm going to do that right now. So just again to show you, there's nothing up my sleeve, nothing in the StarCon directory right now, we'll run the XML program on the StarCon directory with StarCon XML file, okay? And now, boom, now I have a hello StarCon directory in there. Let's check out what's in there. I am a key, and maybe let's cat that file. See what's inside. Value. Okay, that's not very interesting. Let's look at what's inside XML. There's another file there called great. And so if you look at what's in this XML file, and then I show you the contents of StarCon, you can see that they kind of map. So you have this hello StarCon top level. Here you have it. You have this thing, I am a key. It's a file, XML, blah, blah, blah. So you can see that we conjured up this file system based on this XML input. And if we like edit this file, this XML file, and add something like wow, cool. Sorry for my lack of creativity. Just want to convince you all that I'm not doing anything secret here, and we run it again. We'll see that we have wow here. If I cat wow, whew, what do we expect to get there? Does anyone remember? We expect to get cool, right? Yeah. Okay, so there is a file system that it's read-only. I couldn't write any files. I get an error. Let's just quickly show what happens if I tried to echo to this file system, cool to StarCon/new file. I'll just get an error. Okay, I have not implemented the writing functionality, but it took the contents of an XML file and turned it into files and directories. And probably if you've ever had to navigate an XML file by hand, navigating it in files and directories is much easier. So that's, I guess that's the value proposition. If you want to invest in my XML file system startup, I have a, yeah. Okay, so these are some like pretty basic demos. When I first heard about Fuse, I thought like, what is the most egregious, outrageous, fake file system we could make? And I thought to myself, a lot of these file systems are very practical to use, but maybe somebody could build a game where you play the game by interacting with your file system. You can navigate directories kind of like you would rooms in a dungeon or something like this. You could write the files as you would do these things. And because my partner makes experimental video games, she told me that like dungeons are bad and like fighting monsters is like very old-fashioned. And so I thought, I challenged myself, like I'll think of something else. And I thought about this new game. So I built this game, which you can use with your file system. It's called Fushia. And we'll run it right now. So just as a demo of how outrageous a file system can be. OK, so again, let's content, what's in the StarCon directory. Actually, you know what I'll do very quickly? I'll just show you that nothing's up my sleeve. I'll unmount this and show you nothing is in the directory. And then now I will redo this. And there we go. So nothing on my sleeve. I got no cards on my sleeve. OK, so what do we got? We got some basement with bad kitties. We got some more baddies. We got some .kitty files. And LiveJournal. Let's take a look at what's in LiveJournal. OK, so if I go to StarCon/LiveJournal. All right, it says, Dear Diary, all my friends are at StarCon, but I have to stay at home and pet these kitties. So here's what I've done so far. So 5 kitties still need petting, 0 kitties are at peace with the world, and 0 kitties are mad because I petted them too much. All right, so in this game, let's just go into the directory. In this game, to pet a kitty, you have to write the word pets to the file. So let's pet laptop.kitty, or let's cat it. OK, so really cute, right? Laptop. These are names of kitties that my partner and I have fostered. We need to send laptop 5 pets. OK, let's go. OK, so we got to write to laptop.kitty, right? OK, now let's see what's going on in there. Needs 4 pets. OK, let's keep going. Come on. All right. Yay, we gave laptop enough pets. All right. Let's check out what's going on in the LiveJournal, and we can see, like, wow, 4 kitties still need pets. 1 kitty is a piece of work. Notice, like, I wrote to a file, but it didn't actually go in the file, right? Because my file system is purely synthetic and fake. So it accepted this thing and updated some state and then is regenerating a new file. OK, so now we have to pet, like, so many kitties. But, like, I love laptop, so I pet laptop again. And what happens? Well, now laptop is really mad. Doesn't want any more pets. OK, so I'm a good programmer. I don't like repeating myself. So we're just going to like make this petting kitties really fast. And we're just going to pet the rest of the kitties. So we got to pet Wi-Fi. Is this right? No. Don't, I have been writing. I'm a highly skilled. OK, so what? Well, OK, yay. OK, we got to go into the basement. The basement, what's in here? Radar and Uggo? These were really bad kitties, I'll tell you. Peeing all over me. Oh, it was really bad. OK, I don't know how much time I have to play this game. Really slow. OK, let's see. Have I done Uggo? Yeah, OK, let's go back out here. Let's see what my status is. OK, 1 more kitty needs pets. Oh, more baddies. Mimi was a kitty we got in Toronto, or in Montreal. I love Mimi. All right. Mimi. OK, exhausting. All right, let's cut the LiveJournal. Game over. So many. The kitties are mad at me. There's 1 kitty that's mad at me. Oh, my God. OK. So I'm going to restart the game and play it again, which I don't have features. It's in the features to be able to restart. OK, so now I go into StarCon again. OK, let's cat LiveJournal. Oh my God. OK, so I'm starting from scratch, but let's. But it's a file system, right? So like what's cool about that is I can use all my bash tricks, right? And then I can go. Oh my God. Into kitty, right? Kitty. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want to go. 4x in. Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to show you an alternate ending to the game. What? Oh, here. This is... done. Done? Help me. Where... a do. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, fine then. Done. Done. Hey, who's cool now? So all my kitties, they all got pets, and then we're done. Yay, okay. All right, so that's it. People have used Fuse to build actual real things that aren't kitties, YouTube file systems, Blogger file systems, Squash file systems, Compress file systems, etc. Your 2 takeaways are that Fuse makes it easy to build file systems, and you should go and build your own file system. And thanks to these folks for all the help.